We've also included here as part of teacher certification that all of our teachers will be required to take the U.S. naturalization test to ensure that they understand the basics of America, American history, American government, and civics.
It's a standard that all Oklahoma students already follow. Legislation passed in 2021 made it a requirement that students must receive at least a 60 on the naturalization test in order to graduate. Oklahoma State Representative for District 65, Tony Hassenbeck, also serves as the chair of the House Secondary Education Committee. She says since it is already a requirement for students, quote, it makes sense to extend that requirement to their educators as well.
We think it helps embed, patriotism and understanding of America across the board in all classrooms, and so we think it's very important.
Walters says while you may think of history or government teachers when thinking of the naturalization test's content, he believes it can benefit teachers of other subjects as well.
If you're in an English class or a reading class, you're going to be talking about some concepts in history or people throughout the world. And so it's great that you're able to embed and answer those questions for folks. Even if it's in a math class, you're going to have word questions, things like that.
As for current teachers, Walters said OSDE is looking into including them in this process moving forward. Walters said the proposed solution is in line with other efforts, such as the rewriting of history standards or the Bible mandate in Oklahoma classrooms. He says it's part of a process to help address parents' concerns.
Fascinating.
So let me jump to the end real quick. Look, we heard about this on the campaign trail. This is where, when I ran for office, I heard a lot of parents talk about why aren't our kids getting a better understanding of America, American government, civics, and so we began to look into solutions to that. One of these solutions is to make sure that teachers understand government and what he said, patriotism. Can we say that?
Are we allowed?
Patriotism, civics. And, Katie, I know this is Oklahoma and they've done a lot of great things, but as part of the problem, the textbook publishers, and, because there's been a lot of stuff that's been removed.
Yeah, well, and the thing to consider on this one, because government is what I love, but I am an English teacher as well. And yes, I use my understanding of our founding and everything there since in all of our history interjected into our English.
If you do?
Oh, I do. I know. And if you don't understand both, you lose a lot of context for a lot of these authors that they write. The issue here that I'm questioning and trying to figure out is the simple fact that, like you said, our students and then our teachers don't know civics. They don't know any of that stuff because a lot of these states have made it required that, yes, you have to get the 60% on the citizenship test or whatever, but they do that like senior year of high school when it's, hey, cram for this test. It's a multiple choice test.
Yeah.
Quick cram for it so you can pass and graduate.
Yep.
We need to be teaching this in the middle school time frame. In junior high is when your brains are still forming and they will still start to get the stuff about memorization of how many branches do we have and what's the Bill of Rights, like that stuff, so that by the time you get to high school you can start to actually get into that information and start to grapple with it. Not senior year when you're just trying to memorize it. Same thing with the teachers though. If you require the teachers to do this, they're just going to study it just to pass it.
Yeah, maybe.
And not learn
I wonder
it.
how many states are doing this, because you think as we do, if you understand the education system and how, today, a lot of today's teachers were in the K through 12 and the radicalized universities maybe 5, 10, 15 years ago. They were coming up and now they're teachers. If you're in your 20s or even early 30s, you went through that system that you're not going to learn true history. You're not going to learn all about our government and patriotism. That's an evil thing now. So it's good that at least Oklahoma's pushing for this.